Hello everyone. This video we are going to talk about course description, overview of what Virtual Wellness 10 is. Sorry for any breakup. My internet seems to be spotty, so hopefully this won't be too bad. If you go into the Get Started Here, course description overview, the links are here as we go. Description, guidelines. As you look at those things, it's here, and then this video will be posted as well. But if we open up our course description and video document, okay, and I'm going to pull this out so that's why it's bigger. I'll just keep it here in this format as we go through looking at the information. So again, contact information is there. Pretty simple. Provided my schedule, especially for those that are here in the building or the hybrid DVA. If you ever have questions throughout semester, being able to find me, pop in for that. During my plan and the virtual coursework section, so each day, period 1, period 3 on odd, and period 4 even, I'll be in my classroom, so you'll be able to find me, and I have that broken down here as well. Pop in my room, ask me a questions. My fitness courses, probably a little harder for me to access or being able to talk to you just because may not know exactly where I will be as we go through. But again, if you ever have questions, let me know. Course description wise, Wellness 10 is one of the required courses for graduation. The virtual format of the course is designed to allow you to have more of an asynchronous approach to the course as you go through a little bit more on your pace. Content basically stays the same. Lessons are almost identical to that of what my in-person kids will do. Some of them are changed. I can't do some of the big group projects, those different types of things as we go, but it is the same course, okay, and the same expectations of being able to go through and do the assignments is there as well as we look at course philosophy. Okay, and as you go through this, cut out a little bit here, but you can read that as you go. But it gets into the idea of the fixed or growth mindset. As we look at this course, it is trying to give you information, trying to create situations for you to apply and evaluate your life. And anytime we open up and think about how we can better ourselves, this is where learning truly happens. We can close our minds and go through the motions and be more fixed in that mindset where you'll learn it for the test quizzes, but will you truly better yourself? And that's what education is. It is questioning yourself, being able to go through and make yourself better. And to do that, you got to open up your mind, examine how you view things, your perception, your habits, your behaviors of looking how to improve. And every day we should get better as you go. So the more you put into this course, the more you will get out of it, okay, as you go. So it's a little bit of my philosophy towards education as we go. Schoology is where everything will be. Requirements, make sure you read our directions, lesson pages, instructions, all those different types of things. Links are there. Stay on top of things, be on time, okay, as you go, and we'll spend more time with that. And again, expect to learn. Put yourself into the assignments, think through the different things, of going in and not just regurgitating information, but trying to make it applicable to yourself. And hopefully we can do that as you go. Health is every day in your life, and this is a way for us to and hopefully improve. Throughout the course, if you have questions, there are a couple ways to go back. If it's an individual question concern, so you're going to miss days, you're sick, whatever it is that is strictly to you, send me a message, give me a call, whatever it might be. If it is about the course itself and navigating the course, first go into how-to folder, look to see if there's a video. If you have a virtual coursework section and you have other peers sitting in there, you're part of DVA and you have other members, in the hybrid idea, where ask your peers for directions. If you can't there, maybe jump into the FAQ. If that isn't possible to find with talking, and post your discussion there. Even though it's virtual, your peers are still a big resource, and I want you to develop some of that independence to be able to figure this stuff out a little bit on your own. Search the discussion board. If there isn't a post there about the questions, then post it. Answer anything that if you did figure it out going through. I'll keep a pulse on that and kind of check in with those as we go. Then send me a message if nothing is there. My first response will be, did you look in the how-to folder or the FAQ? And my answer may be, go there first as you go. Okay, and it's building a little bit of that independence, self-direction as we go. Course structure, pacing, 2 marking periods. Each marking period is 50%. There will not be a final. Units have been broken down, as you go through, where you'll have 2 to 4, maybe 5 lessons in a week. As you go, and then each lesson will have 1 assignment for the most part. Maybe some will have 2 small assignments within there. Okay, so typically we look at anywhere from 2 to 6 assignments within 1 week. Okay, with the lesson folders, they contain all links, materials, everything else that we talked about. You'll see that in the course navigation video where you go through. Open folders. Okay, making sure so that way everything is there. Assignments, due dates are on the pacing guide, okay, which we talked about, or which is part of that resources. The pacing guide is there as you go for that. All assignments due by the end of the day on Friday. Okay, I know some people go through thinking about 11 o'clock at night on Friday. No. End of the day on Friday is when I want things submitted, okay, as we go through. All right, letter grades, total points, 50-50 as we go. Work ethic is there. Second chance for quizzes, exams, as we go through thinking about those things. We have up to 2 weeks if you want to retake something. As we look at that, we can do that. Extra credit is on your own, okay, and it explains here with how you can build extra credit. Has to be relevant to the unit, project, whether it's poster, newspaper, article, whatever it might be as we go. With late work, all assignments due end of the day on Friday. Okay, so typically over the weekend or Monday morning, I will come in, mark things that are late as we go for that. If it is submitted by the next Friday at 2:45, you'll receive a maximum of 90% on that. So your base rate would be a 90% instead of 100 of going through with that. And then if it's past that second Friday and into being 2 weeks late, then we're looking at 70% is your max. After 2 weeks, assignments are going to close. Okay, so we have to stay on top of those, of going through. On Friday, typically I may send out those missing assignment messages, of going through, especially on my virtual coursework where, probably 2 o'clock or so on those cycle days, I will try to send out a message of going through, even though it may be before that, It might just be a reminder, hey, you didn't turn these in. If I don't hear a response by Monday morning, then Monday, Tuesday, I will communicate home of late work as we go. The PBS guideline is there for you to look at as we go. So that is the description, guidelines